Lord Krishna revealed a secret to the Pandavas to win against Drona. Drona has vowed that he would stop fighting if his only son Ashwathama was killed. The following day, Bhim acted promptly according to Lord Krishna's plan. He killed an elephant with the name Ashwathama. Then Yudhishthira informed Drona that Ashwathama was dead without clarifying that it was not his son but an elephant. As soon as Drona dropped his weapons, Drishtadyumna, Draupadi's brother, beheaded him. On the other front of the battlefield, Bhim killed Dushasan to fulfill his vow for insulting Draupadi. Karna was the next commander-in-chief of the Kaurav army. Krishna advised Bhim to send for his half-demon son, Ghatotkacha, for a surprise attack on the Kauravas. The magical powers of demons were said to be most effective at night. Ghatotkacha played havoc with the Kaurav army, and it seemed as if he would single-handedly destroy the whole army. Karna's death. In desperation, Duryodhan asked Karna to stop Ghatotkacha. Karna had to use the divine weapon given by Indra and killed Ghatotkacha. Seeing this, Bhim said angrily, "Krishna, my son is dead and you are laughing?" Lord Krishna said, "From the day this war started, I have been keeping Arjun away from Karna. I am laughing because Arjun is safe now." Thus, Karna made himself vulnerable against Arjun. When Karna soon stood face to face with Arjun, his charioteer was suddenly killed and one of the wheels of the chariot broke down. Karna requested Arjun, "Stop fighting while my wheel is fixed. I am unarmed and it is unethical to attack me." However, Lord Krishna said, "Karna, this war is unethical in itself. It will be foolish of Arjun not to take this opportunity to kill you." Thus, Arjun killed Karna and the Kaurav army began to flee away from the battlefield. After Karna's death, Duryodhan went missing and the Kaurav army surrendered. Duryodhan's death. Duryodhan was finally found hiding inside a tank. Duryodhan could not have been beaten in a straight mace fight, but Bhim still challenged him. The great fight went on for many hours. Duryodhan's entire body except his pelvic area was protected with his mother's Gandhari's power. So Lord Krishna told Bhim to hit Duryodhan on his thigh in order to win. Hitting anyone below the navel was not allowed in a fair mace fight. However, Bhim took Lord Krishna's hint and thus fulfilled his vow of breaking Duryodhan's thighs to punish him for humiliating Draupadi during the unjust gambling incident. Seeking revenge for his father's death, Ashwathama entered the Pandav camp at night, killed all of the Draupadi's sons, mistaking them to be the 5 Pandav brothers. When the Pandavas returned, they were shocked. Now there was no one left to claim the throne of Hastinapur after the Pandavas, except the unborn baby of Abhimanyu. The great Mahabharata war had come to an end and the battleground was strewn with dead bodies. The war resulted in the death of all the 100 sons of King Dhritarashtra and Gandhari. When Lord Krishna visited Gandhari to offer his condolences, she cursed him in a fit of rage and sorrow. She said, "I worshipped you every day and expected you to protect my family. You could have easily averted this bloodshed and disaster. Now my 100 sons are dead." Seeing Krishna smile, Gandhari started shaking with anger. "You dare to smile after all of this? Just as the Kaurav dynasty has ended fighting with one another, similarly your Yadav dynasty would end fighting and killing one another after 36 years. She cursed. Once her anger was gone, Gandhari fell at Lord Krishna's feet and apologized. However, Lord Krishna happily accepted the curse. Still smiling, he walked away. The curse of the sages. After Yudhishthira was crowned as the king of Hastinapur, Lord Krishna went back to Dwarka. His clan, the Yadavas, lived in eternal happiness in Dwarka, so much so that they forgot good conduct, morals, and the importance of discipline and humility. Once when sage Vishwamitra and sage Narada came to visit Lord Krishna and Balram, they went beyond the restraints of respect for them. A few children of Lord Krishna dressed up Samba, son of Krishna, and Jambavati as an expecting woman and asked the visiting sages to foretell the gender of the child. The sages did not appreciate the sense of humor of the children. Feeling insulted, they cursed Samba. "You shall give birth to an iron rod, which in turn will be cause for the fall of Yadav dynasty. The very next day, Samba gave birth to an iron rod. When Balram heard about it, he got it powdered and had it thrown away in the ocean. The end of Yadava dynasty. Gandhari's curse started taking form. As a last resort to save his dynasty, Lord Krishna prohibited liquor in the city of Dwarka. In the 36th year after Mahabharata war, the Yadavs went on picnic and became drunk. There was a fight between Krishna's sons, Kritavarma and Satyaki. Soon, all the Yadavs took sides. They took out the stems of a seaweed which grew at the seashore and hit one another. Thus, all of them died. Only Lord Krishna, Balram and Daruka, his charioteer, remained alive. The seaweed had grown out of the powder of the iron rod. It was washed up on the shore and some of it took the form of an arrow. Deeply depressed, Balram went into a yogic trance and gave up his body. He turned into a huge white serpent and went into the sea. He was an incarnation of the great serpent Sheshnag, the bed of Lord Vishnu. Lord Krishna leaves for his heavenly abode. Lord Krishna was very sad and sat under a tree to meditate. A hunter passing by saw his yellow clothes and mistook him to be a deer. He shot an arrow made from the iron rod. The arrow entered the sole of Krishna's feet. Finally, Krishna left for his heavenly abode. Arjun came to Dwarka as it was Lord Krishna's wish that the Pandavas should take off the Yadav women and children. Arjun took them to Hastinapur. As soon as they left the sea engulfed Dwarka, some robbers attacked Arjun's party on the way. They took the women and wealth away. Arjun's powers of archery and the knowledge of weapons failed him. In despair, he went back to Yudhishthira and told him everything. After Lord Krishna had left, the Pandavas lost interest in the worldly matters. They crowned Arjun's grandson Parikshit, son of Abhimanyu, and left on a pilgrimage. When Lord Krishna left the earth, this marked the beginning of the Kali Yuga age.
Thanks for watching. Do like, share, subscribe to Sahil Book House.